my YouTube channel. My name is Kate if you guys do not know me, and I film lifestyle, fashion, and beauty videos here on YouTube. So if you haven't already subscribed, definitely go ahead and do that right now. And yeah, without further ado, let's jump into today's video. So as you guys can see from the title, I'm going to be showing you how I edit my Instagram photos along with how I edit my Instagram stories, which is really just simple how I do that because I kind of just make it go along with my feed that I already have for Instagram. And I've actually already completely recorded this video before. I recorded it and I pressed screen record and my phone glitched and didn't actually save it. So here I am refilming it for you guys. So I hate when that happens. I feel like that's happened to me like so many times, but anyway, it's fine. So we're just gonna deal with that. So anyway, what I want to show you guys first is my actual theme. So I'm gonna go ahead, press screen record, and hopefully it actually records. It would suck if it didn't. Okay. Okay. So as you guys can see, this is the theme I have so far. It's kind of just like very white, bright, but then also a lot of browns, which is what I really like. I like things very neutral, just kind of like how I like my clothing. So yeah, you can see some colorful photos in. I was just trying to show fall, and fall has a ton of colors, and I just had to show that. But yeah, most of it, as you guys can kind of scroll and see, is very white and bright, and that's kind of like what I go for. So yeah. So let me go into exactly how I edit these. So what I like to do first is go into Lightroom. This is how I do the main editing of my photo. So I'm going to, also this is how I edit my thumbnails too. So if you guys like see my thumbnails, they're usually done in a very similar way to this. So what I'm going to do, is it still recording? Yeah, okay. So I'm going to go and reset all of the settings on here. Okay. So the first thing I do is I go into the light section and I just put up the exposure just a little bit because I don't want to make it too white and bright, and yeah. So probably about 24, so just so it gives it a little bit more brightness, but not too much because I don't want to be like overexposed and be like incredibly white. And then I like to go in with the contrast and add some contrast in there. I usually put quite a bit, in my opinion, of contrast. So I'm probably gonna put like up to 11 on this one. And then in terms of highlights, I like to add a little bit in there too, just to whiten up the photo. So probably to around, yeah, we'll go with 9. And then that's all I do for the light section. So the next thing I do is I go over to the color section, click the color wheel mix, and it usually depends on what kind of like colors I have in the photo, then I'll adjust from there. So with this one, I have some green, I have some blue, and there's a bit of like orange in, so those are the colors that I'm going to play with. So first of all, I go into the green section and I bring the hue up just so that it makes the green a lot darker. Then what I like to do is bring down the saturation just a little bit. So just kind of around there, and then I like to bring the luminance up because I feel like it makes those really small, like little light green leaves like pop a bit more amongst the really like dark greens. Then I like to go into the dark blue, and I like to always adjust the color of my jeans. I'm actually wearing the same jeans that I'm wearing in that photo today. So yeah, so what I'm going to do is bring the hue down because this makes it a lot more of like a turquoise blue, and if you bring the hue up, it makes it a lot more purple, and I don't really like that look as much. So I like to bring it down. So we're going to bring it down to maybe about here. Then we're going to bring the saturation down just a little bit, and then I'm going to go in with the luminance and bring that up a little bit too. So that's how I like to edit my jeans in all my photos. And then I'm going to go over to the orange section, and I'm going to bring the luminance down a little bit. This is going to darken my skin tone and make me look a bit more tan, but also the orange buildings in the background, the brick color, it's going to make that a little bit darker too. So we're going to leave it there. Done. Head over to the detail section, sharpen the photo a little bit, and then save it. And that's all I do in Lightroom. I don't do like that much to the photo. You guys can kind of see the differences, the before, there's the after. It's not a huge difference, but that's the difference. So the next thing I like to do is go over to Facetune, and I don't actually edit, my throat is being really weird today. I don't like to edit like my actual face and everything, which is what a lot of people use Facetune for. I like to actually just like make the photo a lot whiter and brighter and just kind of use the whitening tool in it. That's all I actually use it for. So I go into the retouch section. I then click the whitening tool and I go crazy, like literally crazy. So I like to go over and whiten the sidewalk or any like building pretty much. So go ahead, because it just makes it look a lot brighter. And then I'm going to go over my boots too, because I'm wearing white boots. Okay, so then I like to go in, and I'm also going to do this little white fence. I'm going to do the building in the background, brighten that up a bit, and then I'm going to go over all the little white stripes in the building behind me. Okay, so that's actually all I do, and you guys can see the difference. There's the before and there's the after, so it really whitens it up. I really need to get a drink of water. My throat is so dry. I'm like struggling like not to like cough and kind of die, so I apologize for that. So I then go into VSco or vsco, whatever you call it, import the photo, and then I go into the settings. Thank you, best boyfriend. Thank you. You can hear me coughing over there. Thank you. Best boyfriend of the year. Of the century, Justin says. Oh, that's nice. I was literally struggling so hard. My throat was like so weird. But yeah. So what I like to do is, it depends on like what the photo is. Sometimes if it's an outdoor photo, I will go in and add C1 to it first to just kind of bring the colors up a little bit, and then add A4 over, which gives me the brown effect. Otherwise, sometimes I'll just put the straight A4. But with this photo, how I edited it was I first went to C1, and as you can see, like I don't like how it comes out with that. So I bring it down like so much to just kind of like the 1.6 area, save it, then re-import it, and then I add my A4 from there. So as you can see, it makes it like really brown. It kind of gives it to me like a vintage feel, but I just really like, and it kind of makes the whites like really stand out and pop, so that's what I love. So I like to bring this down a little bit, and I'll usually bring it down to around the 8s or the 9s. So usually like a high 8s, like an 8.7 I think we'll go with this one, but sometimes I'll make it a little bit higher and go up to the 9s or like the 9.4s or something like that. So I will then go ahead and save it. So that's literally how I edit my Instagram photos. And then sometimes what I'll do too is I will go into this app called Unum, and that kind of allows you to see your whole Instagram feed along with the photos that you want to add to it, so you guys can see if it's gonna match with your theme or not before you go ahead and post it. So you guys can see that I already have like my photos in there from before, and I can just go ahead and see if it works with the rest of my feed. So sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't. It really just depends. And then in terms of my Instagram photos, I wonder if this is when it messed up, like when I tried to take a photo. So I'll usually go onto the Instagram camera, click the photo and take it, but I don't know if I'm going to do that because it might mess up the screen recording. And then I will go to VSco and add the photo in that I took. So let's say, where is something that I took for Instagram? Okay, so here is a coffee photo that I took for Instagram when I wanted to show you guys my iced coffee that I made. So I will click on that, press the editing tool, and then I usually add A4 straight onto it, and that's usually how I do my stories. I usually don't like edit the amount of A4 in it. I usually just keep it at high, save, and then sometimes if it's a darker photo, I'll just put the exposure up a little bit too. And then usually that's how I do it, and then I just add my font And yeah, that's how I make my stories, and that's how I edit my Instagram photos. So it's very, very simple, but that's how I kind of achieve this white, bright, and brown kind of theme that I have going for all of my photos. So yeah, I just wanted to share it with you guys. I have had some people ask me in the past. I could get the occasional DM from girls asking me how I create my theme and then how I do all of that. I literally just had like a mini heart attack. I thought the screen recording that I recorded on my phone didn't save again, and I was like, are you serious? I have to record this again for the third time and like redo everything. I was gonna be like so annoyed, but it just saved, so I'm so happy. So it just took a while to, I guess, process and then go into my photos, so thank goodness, because that would have been so annoying. But yeah, anyway, that is how I edit my photos. That was a stressful time, but yeah, that's how I edit my Instagram photos and also do my Instagram stories. If you guys have any other questions related to Instagram or anything else, let me know in the comments below, and I hope this really helped you guys edit your Instagram photos. So yeah, let me know if you use this. So yeah, until then, I will see you all in next week's videos. Bye guys.